There's a quiet moment that often shows up after 60. The hustle of a career fades. The house might be a little quieter. And in that stillness, a question can bubble up. Is this it? Retirement, which was supposed to be the grand prize, can sometimes feel like an ending, a chapter marked by loss and a quiet search for what's next. But what if this quiet isn't an emptiness, but an invitation? For so many people, this is the exact moment a new path opens up, one that changes everything. They discover the social and spiritual side of Buddhism, and in doing so, find a joy they never saw coming, and a purpose that feels deeper than any they had before. Let's explore the practices that make this transformation possible. Welcome. If you've ever felt that the golden years have lost some of their shine, or that the person you were has somehow faded along with your career, you're not alone. Society tells us that retirement is the finish line, a long-awaited rest. But for a lot of us, it can feel more like a slow disappearance, a loss of identity and connection that leaves a quiet ache. We spend so much of our lives defined by what we do, so when the doing stops, it's easy to feel lost. But the wisdom of Buddhism offers a completely different take, one that doesn't see aging as a decline, but as an awakening. It teaches that this new chapter isn't an empty page, but a sacred space for discovery. It's a chance not to lose yourself, but to find the deeper, more resilient self that's been there all along. This path doesn't ask you to become someone new. It simply invites you to come back to who you truly are, underneath all the roles and responsibilities. So today, we're going to walk through 4 gentle but profound Buddhist practices. These aren't strict rules, just invitations to shift your perspective. We'll look at how to navigate the loss of identity, find community in unexpected places, care for yourself with boundless kindness, discover purpose in the smallest moments, and make peace with the past. These are the keys to unlocking a joy that doesn't depend on achievements or youth, but on the quiet, luminous wisdom of this very moment. One of the most unsettling experiences after retirement is that feeling of losing your identity. For decades, you were a teacher, an engineer, a nurse, a manager. Your days had a rhythm, your skills were valued, and your title gave you a place in the world. And then, it stops. The emails dry up. The meetings vanish from your calendar. It can feel like a core part of you has just been erased. That feeling is a type of suffering, and it's born from being attached to a fixed idea of who we are. Buddhism speaks to this directly with one of its core teachings, anicca, or impermanence. It teaches that everything changes: our bodies, our thoughts, our relationships, and yes, our roles in the world. Resisting this flow is like trying to hold a river in your hands. It just leads to struggle and frustration. The identity you had was real and important, but it was just one season of your life. Clinging to it now that the season has passed is where the pain comes from. There's an old story of a master potter, famous for his exquisite vases. One day, his most prized creation, a vase he'd spent months perfecting, developed a fine crack down its side. His young apprentice was devastated, seeing it as completely ruined. "It's ruined!" he cried. But the master just smiled. He traced the crack with his finger and said, "It is not ruined, it has just become something new." He then filled the crack with gold lacquer, turning the fracture into a beautiful, shimmering vein. The vase wasn't perfect in the same way anymore, but now it held a new story, a new kind of beauty. Your life after your career is like that vase. The role you once had may be gone, but you aren't broken. You're simply being invited to see the new patterns forming. Buddhism suggests that retirement isn't just retiring from work, but retiring from a fixed identity, which opens the door to a deeper spiritual freedom. So, how can you gently start to apply this? The first step is just to mindfully acknowledge the feeling. When you feel that pang of loss for the person you used to be, don't push it away. Meet it with kindness. You might just say to yourself, "Ah, there's the memory of my old role. It was a good role. I'm grateful for it." By naming it and thanking it, you stop fighting it. Then, practice letting it go, just for this moment. A simple way to do this is to focus on your breath. Breathe in and acknowledge the feeling of loss. Breathe out and gently release your grip on that old identity. You're not erasing your past, you're just making space for your present. This practice of non-attachment isn't about not caring, it's about loosening our tight grip on identities and finding freedom in letting things be. You are so much more than your job title. You're the potter, not just the vase, and you have so much more creating to do. Even as you start to see yourself in this new light, another challenge can creep in, one that feels especially heavy in the quiet hours. Loneliness. Our social circles often shrink after 60. Colleagues move on, friends might move away, and the daily chatter that once filled our lives can fade into a deep silence. This isn't just about being alone, it's a feeling of being disconnected, of no longer belonging. In Buddhism, the antidote to this kind of isolation is one of its 3 core jewels, the Sangha. We all know about the Buddha and the Dharma, the teachings, but the Sangha, the community, is considered just as vital to the spiritual path. The Sangha isn't just a social club, it's a community of people who show up to support one another in their practice and in their lives. It offers a sense of belonging and shared experience that can be incredibly healing, especially in our later years. Studies have actually shown that being part of a spiritual community is strongly linked to lower rates of depression and a greater sense of purpose for older adults. Being in a group where you're valued for who you are, not for what you produce, is profoundly nourishing. Consider the story of a man named Arthur, a retired financial analyst. His whole life was ruled by numbers and the frantic pace of the stock market. When he retired, the silence was deafening. His wife had passed a few years before, and his kids were busy with their own families. He felt completely adrift. One day, out on a walk, he saw a sign for a local mindfulness meditation group. With nothing better to do, he decided to go, feeling both skeptical and a little silly. He didn't say a word that first meeting. He just sat, surrounded by strangers, and listened. Afterwards, people shared tea. Nobody asked him what he used to do. Instead, they asked him how he was feeling now. An older woman told a simple story about a bird she'd seen in her garden. A young man talked about his anxiety over a job interview. In their simple, honest sharing, Arthur felt something shift. This was a different kind of connection, one based not on what you've achieved, but on your shared humanity. Week after week, he went back. The Sangha became his anchor. He found that his life's wisdom was valued. He learned to listen in a new way, and in doing that, he found his voice again. So, the practice here is to find your Sangha. It doesn't have to be a formal Buddhist center. Your Sangha could be a chair yoga class, a book club, a volunteer group, or just a few friends who agree to meet for a weekly walk and quiet talk. The key is the intention behind it, to seek out groups where kindness and real connection are valued. Start small. Look for a local meditation group online or at a community center. Or why not create your own? Invite a friend or two for tea with the simple goal of just being present with each other. The practice is to show up, listen with an open heart, and let yourself be seen. In the warmth of a true community, the chill of loneliness starts to melt away, replaced by the quiet joy of belonging. One of the heaviest burdens we carry as we get older is the fear of our own physical decline. The body that was once so reliable starts sending new signals: a creaky knee, a forgotten name, a tiredness that settles in a little earlier each day. We're taught to fight this process, to see it as a failure. We're flooded with messages about staying young, so we often meet our body's natural changes with frustration, anger, or even despair. Buddhist wisdom offers a revolutionary alternative: Metta, or loving kindness. And the most important place to start practicing it is with yourself. Self-compassion isn't self-pity. It's treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend who's having a hard time. Instead of fighting your body, you learn to befriend it. Practicing loving kindness meditation has been shown to boost emotional well-being and lower stress, especially when life gets tough. There's a teaching story about an aging master whose body was beginning to fail. His steps were slower, his hands trembled. A young student, full of sorrow watching his teacher struggle, said, "Master, it must be terrible to feel your body betraying you." The master smiled gently and picked up an old, battered walking stick. "This stick," he began, "has been with me for 40 years. It's climbed mountains with me and crossed rivers. Its wood is scarred and worn, but I don't see it as a betrayal. I see it as a faithful companion that has carried me far. My body is the same. It has served me for over 80 years. It has worked hard, felt deep joy, and weathered much sorrow. Now, it is tired. Why would I get angry with a loyal friend for needing a rest?" This story points to a huge shift in perspective. Your body isn't your enemy. It's your oldest, most loyal companion. Self-compassion is the practice of remembering this. The practice of metta can begin with simple phrases you repeat to yourself. Find a quiet moment each day. You might place a hand on your heart to create a sense of warmth and connection. Then, silently offer yourself these words. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I live with ease. As you say them, don't worry about forcing a feeling. Just gently hold the intention. When you notice a pain in your knee, instead of the usual sigh of frustration, you could bring a moment of metta to it. Acknowledge the pain. There is pain here. Then, offer it kindness. May this knee be at ease. This practice transforms your relationship with yourself from one of conflict to one of care. You learn to tend to your body with patience and gratitude, not as a machine that's breaking, but as a beloved garden moving through its natural seasons. This gentle acceptance doesn't mean you stop taking care of your health. In fact, it often leads to wiser, more loving care. It dissolves the fear around aging and replaces it with a quiet, nurturing peace. After a lifetime of raising a family, building a career, and striving for goals, retirement can leave you with a nagging question. What's my purpose now? We're taught that purpose is tied to big achievements, to being productive and useful in a way you can measure. When those external goals are gone, it's so easy to feel purposeless, like your most important work is behind you. Buddhism flips this idea of purpose on its head. It teaches that true purpose isn't found in some future goal or past success, but in the quality of attention we bring to right now. The practice of mindfulness, paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment without judging, is how you discover that every single moment is filled with purpose. Your purpose isn't something you need to go out and find, it's something you inhabit right here. Think of the old Zen story about a monk who was asked by a visitor, "What did you do before you were enlightened?" He replied, "I chopped wood and carried water." The visitor then asked, "And what do you do now that you are enlightened?" The monk replied, "I chop wood and carry water." The tasks didn't change, but his awareness of them was transformed. Before, chopping wood was a chore. Now, it's a meditation. The feel of the axe, the smell of the pine, the rhythm of the work, each is experienced fully. The purpose isn't to get a pile of wood. The purpose is to be fully present while chopping. This is a liberating teaching for anyone feeling a little lost after 60. Your purpose doesn't have to be starting a company or changing the world. Your purpose can be found in mindfully making a cup of tea. It can be found in truly listening to a friend on the phone. It can be found in feeling the sun on your skin as you sit on a park bench. When you bring your full, compassionate attention to any simple act, that act becomes meaningful. Here's a gentle way to begin. Choose one ordinary thing you do every day, like drinking your morning coffee, washing the dishes, or taking a short walk. For just 5 minutes, commit to doing only that. Bring all of your senses to it. If you're drinking coffee, notice the warmth of the mug. See the steam rising. Really smell the aroma before you sip. Feel the warmth and the taste as you drink. When your mind wanders off to your to-do list or a worry, and it will, just gently guide it back to the coffee. This isn't about doing things slowly, it's about doing them with awareness. By grounding yourself in the reality of the present, you stop chasing some grand, elusive purpose and start discovering the quiet, profound meaning that's already in your life. This practice shows us that life isn't a series of goals to reach, but a collection of moments to be lived. And your purpose, in this very moment, is simply to be here for it. Today, we've walked a gentle path together, exploring how 4 Buddhist practices can truly transform life after 60. We've seen how to move from a loss of identity to freedom, from loneliness to community, from fear of our bodies to radical self-compassion, and from a search for purpose to finding meaning in right now. These practices aren't about adding more to your plate, but about softening into the life you already have. They teach us that retirement isn't an ending, but a profound opportunity for growth and wisdom. It's a time when we can finally let go of who we were supposed to be and just embrace who we are. It's not a waiting room, it's a classroom for the heart. The journey of aging, when you look at it this way, becomes a path of awakening, where every wrinkle holds a story and every quiet moment holds a universe of peace. The joy we're all looking for isn't in reclaiming our youth, but in discovering the deep contentment that comes from acceptance, gratitude, and a kind, open heart. This is the quiet wisdom that's available to all of us, right here and right now. If this conversation has sparked a sense of hope in you, we'd love for you to share where you're listening from in the comments. It helps our quiet community grow and reminds us that we're not alone on this journey. For more reflections on finding peace and wisdom in every season of life, please consider subscribing. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free.